What's up, farming family? How y'all doing today? Today, we're going to be checking out the Ronbus R1 Nova. It's Ronbus's new paddle. It's not like the Pulsar, and it's not like your normal sandwich paddles. I had a lot of fun using this, like a lot of fun. But I will be comparing this to the Vatic Prism and other other paddles going forward. So be prepared for me to name off a lot of paddles and comparisons. I have a $20 off code for them. It's Farmer PB. If you use that at checkout, you'll get $20 off, like I just said. I'll also get a kickback from that. I thought I should let you know that. But overall, Ronbus is one of the companies that I've thoroughly enjoyed all of their paddle. Like, they haven't made a bad product yet. And you're going to see how I feel about this going forward, so stay tuned. But I hope y'all been doing good. The paddle was made out of raw terray T700 raw carbon fiber. They use this new edge grid technology. It's supposed to be air permeable that allows some of the pressure during the thermoforming process, which is, it involves heat. It's supposed to let out some of the pressure. That way the core doesn't crush like some of the other thermoform foamed edge paddles in the past have. It has foamed edges. The paddle length is 16.5 inches. The width is 7.5 inches. The grip length is 5.5 inches. The grip circumference is 4.125 inches. The swing weight is 114. The shape is hybrid. The thickness is 16 millimeter, and the core is polypropylene. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about with this paddle is the power and the pop. Okay, when it comes to hitting the ball and, just dinking or anything in general, it has more pop than the Vatic Prism Flash, but less pop than, the Pulsars do. The face is pretty stiff, but when you were driving the ball, the power is a little lackluster compared to the Pulsar series. Like, if I was to graph it, I would probably put the Pulsars here, the Nova one here, and then the Prism here. It's closer to the Pulsars, but it doesn't have the power that the other thermoform paddles have. In terms of control, this was a really controllable paddle for me. Like, I didn't have any problems with my dinks, my drops. Any of the control soft game that you normally have problems with when it comes to paddles that have foam along the edges and, are thermoform to an extent. I got into that a little bit into the specs, but yeah, overall the control in this is one of the better control paddles that's came out recently. Like, it's way better to control than all the thermoformed, foamed edge unibody design paddles that have been released in the last 3 months that I've basically reviewed. Like, when it comes to Ronbus, you're going to get spin. They have figured out how to get like crazy good spin on all their paddles. So when you pick up their paddle and use it, you're going to see a significant amount of dip or curving, depending on what kind of, shots you're making. Like, I don't think it has the Pulsar spin, but it's still crazy good. Like, I would go to a tournament with this and I would not have any problems getting my top spin drives in, my top spin serves, or any of my just anything in general. You're not going to have a problem with it. Of course, that's how it is nowadays with most of these, Generation 2 raw carbon fiber paddles anyways. But this paddle's no different. It's got crazy good spin. In terms of durability, this paddle has 360-degree thermoform molding, which basically means it's not going to snap, and it has foam, along the edges as well. Paddles like this generally aren't going to snap from regular play. You might get like a random defect that causes it to happen, which that's going to happen, with factories. And if you do, you can just reach out, to the company and they'll fix it. But I don't see this ever being a problem with this paddle. It feels very well built. The swing weight of this paddle is 114, which means it's not going to be crazy heavy on you and hurt your wrist or anything. I don't see many people having a problem with this swing weight, to be honest. This is probably around average for what most people would want. And then if you want it a little bit heavier, you will put some lead tape on it, which I'm about to talk about. But overall, the mobility at the kitchen and stuff is really good with this paddle. It's nowhere near as good as the R2.16 from Ronbus that had like 100 swing weight, if I remember correctly. That was ridiculous. Like, if I make a thermoform foamed edge paddle of it, that will be mind-blowing how quick that would be at the kitchen. But yeah, back to this paddle. With this paddle, you don't have to worry about that at the kitchen. You're going to have pretty quick hands. When it comes to the customization of this paddle, slap a grip tape on it, probably an ADV felt tack grip tape if it's me, and then put lead tape from where the grip tape ends all the way up to the edge of the throat where it starts to finally go up to the top of the paddle. I should start putting, a video of me where I put my lead on that. I don't know why I've not been doing that, but that's literally where I'd put the lead to help it out a little bit. It makes it more stable. All right, but the price is $180. With my code, it will be $160. That's on the higher end, when it comes to the Ronbus paddles, or just, paddles I'll recommend in general. But if this paddle didn't feel so different compared to the Vatic Prism, I wouldn't recommend it. But going between the two, they feel like completely different paddles. Like completely different. Like when I got this paddle in, I expected it to feel somewhat similar, but it does not. The face is stiffer. The ball pops off of it a little bit more. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this. I've got to do a top 10 paddle video soon. And this one's in the top 10. I'm basically pulling my hair out trying to figure out what order I'm putting them in at this point. Like straight up, dude, it is difficult. But just know there's going to be a lot of Ronbus and a lot of Vatics in there. I love both those companies. But yeah, this has been my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helped out in some way. I really enjoyed playing with this paddle, and I know I'm going to play with it more. But yeah, this is going to be a good paddle that I know some people are going to main and make this their main paddle. But until next time, stay safe. Have a good day. Drink plenty of water. Peace, y'all.